Should you stay or should you go? Or I think what I really want to say is, the question is, should you move on? So we're going to do just 2 groups today to look at, I'm going to make this a quick read for either group. We're going to look at how it looks if you stay or wait, however you want to look at it, how it looks if you move on, and then what is the thing, what should you consider to make your decision? So sometimes there may be a clear yes or no. Anyway, let's get into it. So group 1, these are oracle cards that I made. I call them the Love Empowerment Oracle. 39 cards available on Etsy, but whatever. We're dealing with you right now. So card number 1 is, what does your soul call for now? That's the question. And then it's followed by, do that. So what does your soul call for right now? Do that. We'll call this group 1, but I will write this out for you too, okay? And group 2, Spirit/Universe/God supports you no matter what. Okay, so that is group 2 will be this one. And I'll write group 2 and I will write the whole thing out for you. All right, cool. So let's get started with group 1. 140, okay. So I have to write this down on my lovely hand. So let's get it popping here. Oh, that's not what I need to do. As you can see, I'm in very makeshift circumstances here, but I just felt like called to do a reading, so here we are. Okay, so I am using, is this called Easy Tarot? I actually forgot. This is a brand new tarot deck, one of those super cheapy decks you can get anywhere. I think I got it at, I don't know. Anyway, since this is global, I'm not going to get into stores and stuff, but it's a cheap deck and it's awesome. And this is the cover, and here we go. So group 1, let's take a look here. So you, just to make sure, you were the, what does your soul call for right now? Do that. So that's just a little extra love oracle card. Okay, that card just wanted to come right out. So we'll just select, there's card 2, and then finally, oh, this one's a little more kind of stubborn. Bunch of cards fell. We can take those. Whoa. Okay, a lot of cards fell. So hold on a second. They do that. They are excitable. So, third. Okay. So that one was certain it needed to come out. All right. Hey man, I'm DIY, so if you're looking for, frills and fancy outfits and crystals, this might not be the place for you. All right, so this is how it looks if you move on. This is how it looks if you stay. And this is how it, this is a crazy reading. So let me look at it. Let me show you. This is how it looks if you move on. Should I move on? This is like the central question of this reading. Four of Swords. Ace of Cups, should you stay? Okay. That is like a resounding yes. Okay. Or should you wait? Wait or stay? And this is the thing to make your decision. I'm going to be honest, when I first decided to do this reading, and this just could be my own personal brain, I was thinking that I was really going to be talking like to somebody who has been in a relationship for a long time, and possibly even one in which you don't feel like you're being treated well. But what I'm seeing here, I mean, the message here is so clear. It's absolutely no movement, right? It's saying, nope, don't do a thing. Whoopsie. Now we just no, thank you. Okay. So that's saying don't do a thing in terms of moving on or waiting. Excuse me, moving on. Moving on, breaking up, whatever. And Ace of Cups, what's so weird about this is I'm really trying to figure, almost letting Spirit tell me why these cards, because they're really bizarre. I think there's something here. I feel like I'm talking to someone. This may be a very specific message for a specific person, but I really feel like I'm talking to someone who actually is in some kind of rebound situation, and like you have an ex that you were with for like, I don't know, however this fit, like a year, but sometimes a year isn't a long time for somebody, or, you know, 5 years or 8 years, whatever the case is, right? And now you're with someone else and you really like them. And you're kind of like, oh my God, this is cool. And it's almost like it's just not what you expected. You're like, no, you're supposed to be a rebound. I'm getting over my other one. You're the person that I just, you know, this is just catching you by surprise. And I think that's really who I'm talking to. I'm not one to, I don't know, be specific, but I feel like I am talking to someone in that situation, because it's the only thing that really, I mean, Spirit's kind of running through my channel here, and like, that must be one person. Hopefully there are more, but whatever. Because this is what you should allow to make your decision for you is King of Swords, man. Which is like, are you crazy? You go right back after because this is the way the King of Swords is going after the Ace of Cups. I'm really getting someone's afraid of feelings. They got them, they caught them, and they're surprised by them, and they can't believe how intense they are. And on some level, now I'm getting another message. This might be for someone else or the same person. You actually thought, because your person might be on some kind of rebound, almost like you broke up with them to teach them a lesson or something like that. Not, I'm not saying you're vindictive, but I mean, we all do stuff. Yeah, whatever the case is, this has caught you off guard, group one. You're just like, oh no, wait a minute. Are you the love of my life or something? It's just, we're not going that far. Really, in just dealing with this moment, the information that I am receiving is that the level of connection and closeness and all the other stuff that goes into being wowed by a person and a connection is really, really surprising to you. You had no idea. You did not see this coming. So, Spirit's saying, go for it. Like, don't think, don't pause, but it's funny because Swords is very much a thinking. And I got the energy here that he, and when I say he, I'm absolutely not referring to gender, but simply this form, he, they are using their heads. And it's almost like they're coming in and saying, yeah, you know what? You were stuck in a pattern with the other one, and I know he's comfortable. That's it. Okay, thank you, Spirit. That's it. The other one's comfortable, and you like comfort. I could be talking to a Taurus. This sounds like typical Taurus stuff. And yeah, I'm a Taurus rising, so I can relate. Or you're just a fixed sign, or whatever. Your personality is such that you're that way. That's really all I have to tell you, group one. I feel like any more time I spend here is taking time away from you going after this person or calling them or texting them. And you know what? I'm getting this information through your ex person that you thought you probably would go back with because you've had breakups and all this stuff. This is nothing new under the sun, but it's someone that you have been with for a long time. You may actually, he or she, excuse me, or they will probably like call you or text you, or because people feel energy. And don't be surprised if this person reaches out really strangely and really like, anyway, I'm not going to say too much about that, but just, I wanted to plant that seed. So, all right, group one, I hope that, it was a nice little tarot reading snack for you. And now I am ready for group two, aka Spirit, Universe, God supports you no matter what. All right, cool. And where did my pen go? I don't know, but I'll just remember 9:30. There it is. Cool. Okay, I actually ran. I was trying to make this a quick video for everybody because everyone's busy. All right. So Spirit, God supports you no matter what. Just want to make sure you see that. And that's your little oracle message for just, whatever. Okay, Spirit, God. Here we go. spirit guide, angels, everybody. I really talk to the ancestors and to guides. Excuse me. Let's do this like this. Right? Okay. Oh, gotta keep shuffling. Oh, excuse me. It's like dry air here or something. Oh, okay, cool. That's the one. All right, so this card I'm about to flip and show you is how it looks if you move on, right? Say goodbye. Okay, Page of Swords. Interesting. This is how it looks if you stay or wait, as it were. The World. Okay. And this is, oh, okay, this makes sense. What absolutely fascinating readings these have been. Oh, excuse me, please. That is Seven of Wands. All right, here's the deal. I am glad that it's, wow, okay. I feel like I want to editorialize while I read, like telling you about how the reading is coming across to me. So if you choose to go, I mean, you know, it's, in this weird way, it'll like free you up. I think part of what's happening, as I see here, is that I feel like I'm talking to someone who is not really, really young. Like, I'm not talking to a teenager. Well, I shouldn't be talking to a teenager because this is 18 and over. But someone in their early 20s, I feel more like I'm talking to someone who misses that ease. So, like, you're in your late 20s, 30s, or you're someone, I mean, I imagine anyone up through 80, 90, 100 is watching these videos. So you're someone who is recently divorced or maybe recently widowed, and you're just not, you are just not in the space for complications or anything deep. But what's interesting, so I'm talking obviously to a lot of people, it seems, but whatever resonates, obviously, you know, take that and leave the rest. What I am getting is that this is a familiar stance. This is somebody who is who I'm talking to and about. You're somebody who has done this in the past. It's something you've done a lot. You're not like a heartbreaker per se. This isn't like you don't, you know, make them fall and then bye, peace, you know, you don't do that. But you basically, let me get to the thing. Like, so if you're like the recently divorced or whatever, it's like you cannot see yourself getting, I guess I am talking to two different people. Maybe you've been in a long-term relationship. You cannot imagine, like if you were married, for example, let's just say you were married to someone or partnered in a domestic sort of situation for a long time. There's no freaking way you're getting into that again. Like, been there, done that, had it. You know, you need years if you're even going to consider it, right? And then there's someone else. This is the person I first got, late 20s, 28, 29. I am seeing a female-bodied person or a female gendered, but whatever that, obviously I'm talking to everybody. I like to reiterate that because I think gender is one of our biggest problems in this culture. So the late 20s type, early 30s person, this is an old pattern that you're comfortable with it. You're comfortable cutting things off when it got, again, you're not an asshole. You're not like trying to break people's hearts. You're just comfortable saying, you know what? We're having an argument and I don't really like this argument and I'm not tolerating it, so bye. Something like that. You know, obviously if I'm talking to someone who's in something that is, I mean, you're coming on here, you're seeing this video because something's up in the relationship. I mean, it could be anything, I guess, from, I don't like that about you, or I just discovered something about the person, to someone who's been hanging in there for years and is really like fed up and whatever. So I understand that there's a gamut, but you were brought here because something unpleasant to you is going on in whatever degree. So I guess I want to move on, but I guess this card is just coming in really, really strong that this let me back up here. This isn't to say if you choose this card, oh, you're going backwards, or no way. Like, so this is the card if you stay or wait. Now it's the World, so it's the culmination of the Fool's Journey. I mean, it's typically seen like expansion and whatever, a lot of good things. Jupiter, it's ruled by Jupiter, so I mean, I could go on and on with all the various adjectives that go with it, but it also is the end of a cycle. And sometimes we forget that end of a cycle isn't just, oh, I graduated and I got a degree. Which is lovely, good for you. That's great. And it's an accomplishment, but it's also ending something that, even though the universe, it needed to end, it still had this sweetness to it. It may have been bittersweet. So I guess what I'm really getting here is either you end it or the universe is going to end it for you. The only difference that I can see, and I really want to stress, I don't see either of these as being better than the other. And I'm saying this especially to those of you who are familiar with tarot, or you are a tarot reader. I know when I'm watching tarot readings or getting a tarot reading, I'll be like, oh my God, World, awesome. Especially on some decks, the World card is like so stunning and it's beautiful and everything works out and it's just a huge, and everybody lived happily ever after. And that's really not, that's not what World is, right? Okay, so it's like you're going to cut it off and just be like, you know what, F you, I'm done, whatever. Or the universe is going to organically just kind of, here's what I'm being led to say. Basically, if this is a situation that you just got a little thorn, like, hey, what, some kind of little thing happened, but overall, you kind of do want to see them again. You're just paranoid. You're just like, I don't want a problem. I don't want to deal with this crap. I don't want, then my gut is saying that the universe is maybe moving you in this way. If you've been hanging in there, so if that's you, then this card is saying, if you were to choose this, it probably would end, and that would be the end of it, and it would end just the same. You might work out some lessons that you're going to get here, but you'll get them anyway, especially if the person, which I do think I'm talking to the person that's in the like early 20s or whatever. But you know what? You're the boss of you. So I'm just here giving you information. I don't even this isn't, me, the tarot, the person talking to a friend. This is literally what the universe is saying. I have no real, well, I don't know. Anyway, we could argue that. I am a filter, but anyway, let's move on. So if it is an intolerable situation, but there's this thing, or you just can't cut the cord, or not that, and by the way, don't do cord cutting. That's a whole other video I should do. They're really saying, just go. Like, this isn't worth it. Like, sure, it's going to end eventually, but time being what time is in the universe, that could be 5 more years. And so you were the judge of this. And by the way, here's the what should you, yeah, oh my God, I love it when readings do this. Basically, is it worth the fight? If it's worth the fight, then sure, stay and get the lessons. There's some nice, for some of you that it's pretty cool either way, no matter what you choose, and you're not in any kind of, obviously if you're in any kind of danger, please call 911, please call the authorities, and I am not a counselor. I am not a certified anything in the realm of mental health, as well as any of that stuff. Okay. But if I am talking to someone who's in some serious danger, like you, this is you, and you need to go. So, you might want to, get resources in place and whatever. But I don't think I'm talking to that person, because that is a person who has a very different situation, but obviously it's coming out of my mouth. So it must be someone might be watching this and going through that, and, spirit's with you. So, now, so if you're that person that it's like, I mean, whatever. It's worth a fight. I mean, they didn't hurt me. They didn't really, like, literally, you didn't like the way, this is the type of stuff. You were going, well, it's a weird time. Not many people are going out to lunch, but you're getting takeout, okay? You're getting takeout, and you really, really, really wanted Chinese. And they were like, oh, I'm allergic. I can't have this. I can't have that. You know what? Mexican food is way safer for me than Chinese takeout. Okay. And you're just like, okay, well, why can't we just get both? And your person's like, oh my God, I don't feel like driving around. It was, everybody had a good point, but it was basically like, you didn't like how this person maybe went along with what you wanted. Something like that. I don't know. It's, like I said, it's something that just rubbed you a weird way, but you're still like willing to stay in it. Okay. If it's just, you're done, you're done. But this card is potentially here for someone who maybe, I guess it's the same person. I'm talking to the same person. Like, you've been here before. If this feels very familiar and you're wondering if you should leave, Spirit, again, the caveat being that you're safe and you're healthy and all that stuff. The caveat. So what Spirit's saying is just stick it out, because you've never really gotten this, this lesson, whatever this lesson is. There's a lesson here, or there's a karmic cycle, and just like see it through. So I think I've said enough. I hope that helps you, and I wish you all the best. And of course, keep coming to my channel. I post, it seems like I'm posting about every day, but you know, every other day or so. All right, take good care.